Hey teachers, if you're looking for a way to help your students improve your writing, I'm going to show you how I use ChatGPT to give my middle schoolers specific, actionable feedback on their essays. Let's dive in. All right, the first thing that you need is a good prompt. All right. I am sharing, here's an example of the prompt that I used for the recent memoirs my seventh graders did. It says, I am a seventh grade student. My assignment is to write a memoir about an experience that taught me a lesson. Our writing needs to contain background knowledge to help our reader understand our story better, the details of the experience, and our reflection on what we learned from the experience. We need to include dialogue, transition words, and sensory details. Below is the first draft of my story. Give me a detailed list of 10 ways I can improve my writing. So a prompt like this is going to give ChatGPT clear guidance on the type of feedback we need. Next, you need the student's draft. Now, I always have my kids complete their first draft in their writer's notebook with a pencil, like actually in the notebook. This ensures that their first draft is all theirs. We're not using AI to do any drafting. It has to come from them. And then once I see it in their notebook, I give them permission to get a Chromebook to go and type it up. All right, so here is my first draft. I always draft in front of my kids. While they're writing, I'm writing too. So here is a copy of my first draft. And you can see I have put the prompt that I created, the one I just showed you on that other screen, right here above my essay. Because now what we're going to do is we're going to copy and paste this entire thing into the ChatGPT chat, and then we're going to let it work its magic. So I'm going to copy and paste this entire thing. I'm going to go back to ChatGPT. And the message that I'm going to put is what I just copied. I'm going to paste that into here. And now I'm going to hit this little black arrow and magic. Here we go. So right away, you can see ChatGPT is generating a detailed list of 10 things students can do to improve their writing. Now, I want you to imagine real quick you doing this all by hand or even sort of live on the spot during a writing conference. It would take you so much more time, and you likely would probably have forgotten or maybe just never even noticed like some of the things where the improvement could be. So now what your students have is a super detailed list of ways they can improve their writing. Now, I have the kids do this themselves. I do not have them create accounts on ChatGPT. You can sort of get one try in there to give it a shot. I don't really, we don't mess around with saving in accounts or, keeping anything there. But once they do this, they get their list. And what I have them do is I have them copy it. And then they can go back to their essay and they can paste. Oh, I don't know why that keeps doing this for me. Hold on. Not this. That was what we had just copied. Sorry. They can come back here to ChatGPT and copy the list that ChatGPT gave them and paste the suggestions there. Okay. And what the reason I like to do this is because I like to see how the kids apply the suggestions. Now, once everybody is here and everybody has their own detailed list that's specific to their essay, I model for them how I take ChatGPT's advice. So what I tend to do, and again, you don't have to necessarily have the kids do this, but I like to do this to show them. I will sort of highlight each suggestion, and then I will highlight I'll highlight over here where we see that happen, like where I applied the suggestions that it gave. Again, you do not have to worry about the color coding or any of that, but I do that when I am showing students what they can do, or, when I'm showing students like how I apply the information that ChatGPT gave me. Now, the other thing that I really love about ChatGPT is that if you have a student that's really, really struggling, maybe they need some more specific examples of, where they could apply one of the suggestions. So take a look here where it says more sensory details. Your writing includes sensory details, but adding more can enhance the reader's experience. For example, instead of just mentioning that Main Street was hot, describe the sun beating down on your skin, the scent of baked goods in the air, or the sticky feeling of sweat. What you can do is you can then say to ChatGPT, you can say, Can you give me more specific examples of where I can apply suggestion to? And then what it's going to do is it's going to do exactly what you just asked it. It's going to, absolutely, here's specific examples in your memoir where you can add more sensory details to make the story even more immersive. And then you can take a look here and you can see, like, they're going to give you a whole lot more. You can take each suggestion and break it down even more to get more specific ways that kids can improve their writing. Now, one of the things I do always try to talk to my students about is I remind them that ChatGPT is not a person. And sometimes the more you use it, the more it almost can seem like a person because of how ChatGPT talks about itself, but it's not a person, it's a computer. And it's really just giving you information based on what it could already find out there on the internet. And so some of the suggestions it might give might not be accurate. Like it may sort of take some liberties with your story and tell it in a way that's not exactly true. So I do talk to students about making sure that any suggestion they take from ChatGPT is enhancing their writing and making it better and still keeping it true, still keeping it, accurate. We don't have to take every single suggestion it gives. So and then once kids have that list, like I said, it really, this is almost like, it's almost like if I could clone myself and sit down with every single student at the same time and give them exactly the kind of feedback they need to improve their writing. For me to actually do this live on my own with each kid's piece would take hours and hours, and ChatGPT can generate, suggestions to help in seconds. Really seconds, and really help the kids, go back into their essay and know what it is they need to do to improve and make it better. So I find this is incredibly helpful. I also think it's really responsible for us because I do think we need to teach kids how to use AI appropriately. I tell them all the time, we really don't want ChatGPT to generate writing for us, out of the blue because they don't know us. They don't know our story. We need to create the writing first, and then we can use ChatGPT or any kind of AI tool to make the improvements that we need. So if you've never done this before, I really suggest you give it a try. I think you will be, so grateful you did. I really, think that you will be impressed with what you can get out of ChatGPT. So give it a try and let me know how it goes. All right. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.